MFA updates.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to MFA Update. This is a weekly program where we talk about Thailand's foreign affairs and activities. And you're here with me, Grace Nishaka Pumi. For this week's edition, we will give you an update on the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework or IPEF. And we have Kun Chettaphan Maksamphan, Director General of the Department of American and South Pacific Affairs, to give us more details on this matter.
The foreign affairs that matter. Special guests from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This is the MFA updates.
Good morning, Kun Chettaphan. Welcome to the show. It's nice to have you back to the show again.
Good morning, Congress. I'm glad to be back, and thank you for the invitation.
All right, so first off, I would like you to give us some ideas about the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, or IPEF, and what are the main features of this framework, please.
The Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, or the nickname is IPEF, is initiated by the U.S. last year. It was initiated in May last year. And it's not a free trade agreement. It has the purpose of focusing on economic and trade investment cooperation with partner countries in the Indo-Pacific region. Right. As of now, there are 14 partner countries joining the group. So there will be ASEAN countries except Laos, Cambodia, and Myanmar. And also there are Australia, US, South Korea, and Japan as well joining the group. And it's consisting of about 40% of the global GDP and also about 60% of the world population. So you can see that this new mechanism will create synergy and will give Thailand more competitiveness in the global arena, especially in terms of trade and investment.
Listen to what you describe about the IPEF. I wonder how it is different from the free trade agreement or FTA. Could you tell us about that?
As I mentioned earlier, the IPEF is not a free trade agreement, but we see that IPEF is a new multilateral mechanism that can also complementary to the free trade agreement that we have. For example, the RCEP that we joined earlier last year. But it focuses on how we can work together among the member countries to cope with the challenges now and also in the future, and also to seek opportunities together. So, for example, IPEF focus on 4 main pillars. They are like trade, supply chain, on clean energy, sustainable economy, and also fair economy. So we are looking to work together how that we can prevent the next crisis or the next disruption. For example, in terms of supply chain disruption. But in the meantime, we also look for opportunity that we can work together to create more synergy between the 14 member countries, especially in terms of the sustainable development, the fighting against to better the climate change, and also on trade and investment.
And could you talk about the latest developments of the IPEF and also what is next steps?
It has been about 1 year now since the inception of IPEF, when last year in May, the Prime Minister of Thailand launched together with the leaders of IPEF countries our commitment that we would like to join IPEF. And so after that, we have so many discussion, negotiation, and exchange of views and ideas, how we can work together to shape the way IPEF should be. We definitely have shared vision, as I mentioned earlier. But the process is we try to crafting what it should be that can be maximize the benefit of all the founding countries. So we have had many discussions, for example, in terms of a lead negotiator, and also we have had 2 ministerial meetings in the U.S. In last year in September, and also recently, last month, where we have our special envoy, Mrs. Pornpimol Kanchanalak, who is the advisor to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, to go there and then discuss. So many have already reached, for example, on the supply chain pillar, we have reached a very substantial conclusion. It's like a draft agreement that will mark a concrete progress among all 4 pillars. And also this agreement, this on supply chain will be the first of its kind international supply chain agreement too. So that will make sure that we can have a very stable and resilient supply chain in the future. But the next step for us is that we will continue to talk together with the member countries, so that, and also it should take about 8 months or maybe more, about another year, that we can finalize all the 4 pillars agreement. But by that time, in the meantime, Thailand also engage on all the stakeholders in Thailand. For example, we also engage with public sectors. We have about 60 Thai agencies involving in this negotiation on the IPEF on the 4 pillars, namely like Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Natural Resources, Ministry of Industry. But not only the public sector, we also focus on the engagement of the private sector and also the people sector, for example, the media, the economic too, to make sure that we have the alignment of all the Thai stakeholders, that they understand why we join the IPEF, what is in it for us joining the IPEF, and listen to their requests and their ideas, well, what they would like to see for Thailand joining IPEF and what can benefit the people of Thailand.
So earlier you talked about the benefits from joining the IPEF. So I would like to ask you, for Thailand, what benefits will our country gain from this framework?
This is the first question we ask ourselves before we join the IPEF. Right? How can we benefit from it? I think the main benefit would be, first of all, it will create synergy. We will have another new platform with our partner countries. Right? They are all very close to us. For example, the US, Japan, Australia, India. Right? We also have bilateral cooperation with them. We also have in multilateral collaboration with them. But this one is a new mechanism that we can focus more. So this is the first thing that we see, that we can be a very good opportunity to create more synergy between the countries involved, so that Thailand can be stronger. And then the second benefit, I would say that it will make us increase our competitiveness, because for the IPEF, it's like all the country will discuss together how we can help the other country as well. For example, capacity building, technical cooperation, and also Thailand can raise the issue that we would like to champion. For example, in the past, just last year during the APEC, where we hosted the APEC last year, we championed the bio-circular green economy model. We also want to make sure that this BCG model is also discussed in the IPEF framework, and then how we can work together. So this is one of the examples that we can benefit from what we think that we benefit from the IPEF.
All right, so thank you so much, Kun Chettaphan, for giving us your time, being in our show, and giving updates on the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, or IPEF, today.
With pleasure. Thank you.
And that was Kun Chettaphan Maksamphan, Director General of the Department of American and South Pacific Affairs, giving us the updates on the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, or IPEF. And that's it for the MFA update for this week. If you want to listen to this program again, you can visit the YouTube channel MFA Thailand, and also you can check out our Facebook page FM88 Radio Thailand English. So thank you everyone for listening, and I will see you next time. I am Grace Nishaka Phumi. Have a good day. สวัสดีค่ะ
MFA updates.